Hey guys, Mr. E here, and today it's time to dunk on a idiot commenter who thinks they know better than I do about how my own build works for Borderlands. Now, if you don't know anything about Borderlands builds or you don't care, it's okay. Today is just about dunking on a stupid guy. So we're going to take a look at Sir Green Day here, who has the following to say about my most recent build for Vex, the character that I have recently maxed out and have been playing with for about 50 hours, guaranteeing 100% that I have more experience and more knowledge about this than this person does. But that aside, let's see what they have to say. This build will be useless in a couple of days. Gearbox will be nerfing the bleed damage very soon. It's way too OP. And as soon as I saw you put 3 points into your rep kits and not something like gun damage, I knew you had no idea how to play this game. So this comment is what I like to call quadratically wrong. This person has no less than 3 different statements within this 3-line comment that are either just pure speculation or downright factually incorrect. And we're going to go through and point out why they are such a useless idiot and why they should have probably kept this comment to themselves rather than posting it and being a dumbass online. So this build will be useless in a couple of days. Citation needed, right? Where is the evidence or the proof from Gearbox that there is anything going on about changes to builds or nerfs or buffs in a couple of days? And even if it was quote-unquote useless in a couple of days, this is a build for right now. What should I do? Wait until 3 years have gone by so that all the patches have come out for the game and then make builds? Well, I will, but this is a build for right now when people are trying to play the game. So no shit, it's going to change over time. But this build will never be useless because this set of abilities is so ludicrously strong that even nerfs to the thing you're about to complain about would not hurt this build. This build is that strong. It is Vex's strongest build, or it's in competition with her strongest builds. It's definitely abusing very many of her strongest perks. So there's no way this build is going to be quote unquote useless. So we're like doubly wrong there. First of all, we're talking out of our ass. We have no idea what we're talking about, and it won't be useless. Okay, let's go on to the next line. Gearbox will be nerfing the bleed damage very soon. Again, citation needed. I have seen no evidence of such. I would probably know, considering I'm in the vaults, like creator club, right? They're probably talking about like what's coming up for the game, so we could get ahead of that stuff. Not seeing any evidence of that. It's way too OP, in your opinion, right? What if this is going to become the new average power level of talents in this game? What if they buff everything else to match it? The point is, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and you're just complaining. So also, in these first 2 comments here, in these first 2 lines, we have established the theme that this build is only good because I'm abusing something that's broken and good. So what you're saying is I'm making a good build, right? I'm actually abusing the thing. I've correctly ascertained a very powerful, perhaps even overpowered element in the skill tree, and I've applied it to the skill. So we're going to complain about that, but don't worry guys, hold your horses. We're going to turn around and complain about how I don't know how to make builds in the next line, and we're going to be wrong about 3 times in this line too, only in 1 line. It's really impressive. Now granted, it is about twice as long as the other lines, but as soon as I saw you put 3 points in your rep kits and not something like gun damage, I knew you had no idea how to play this game. Let's skip straight to the end and say, I knew you had no idea how to play this game. So Sir Green Day, I have 50 hours in this game in the first, 4 days, 5 days. I played this game before you did because you are not an insider. I played it 4 hours before you did, and I guarantee I have more experience on this class and more experience in general with this game than you do. And even if you can prove that you have more experience than me, you are wrong many times over in the first 3 things you say here, which makes me think that you are no further than like level 8 or something. You are making a useless comment with no knowledge. So I have no idea how to play this game. What does that make you, person who has played even less? And we are going to address what's going on here, which is the most comical thing possible. As soon as I saw you put 3 points into your rep kits and not something like gun damage, so this is what prompted me to scratch my head. I scratched my head like a big dumb gorilla because I said, I'm pretty certain this person is just a moron. And then I looked at the skill tree and I realized, oh yeah, they are just a moron. Because when I come over here, I should have not picked guns and needles. This is the talent they're complaining about. I should have picked gun damage instead. So let me go ahead and spec into gun damage. Well, it's not there. That's splash damage. Okay. Tune skill when she gains increased lifesteal and reload speed. Okay, that's not gun damage. Let's go over here. Vex gains increased critical hit damage and weapon handling. That's not gun. Okay, so you actually have to put 5 points into this first line in order to get the next line down here. So this person probably likely has never played the game, and they think that you can just pick anything in this whole box. You have to pick 5 points in this row right here. And if you don't, then you literally cannot go any further. There is no gun damage in this row. What the fuck are you talking about? There is no way you can get gun damage here. So they're probably talking about this, but this does not apply to your minions, and it's not gun damage. So there's nothing more useful than this here. And to go on top of that, this person is shitting on 3 points into rep kits. You have to be stupid if you think that rep kits are bad, or even that these 3 points aren't some of the most valuable in this whole tree. Rep kits are insane in this game. If you are not using rep kits, what I think is this person, like I said earlier, has barely played the game, and they are like level 8, and they think that rep kits are just like, oh, you get like 100 healing out of using a rep kit. Rep kits have a variety of absolutely insane buffs they can apply to your character. I actually went out of my way to talk about this in the video, and the reason why we're using rep kits is because they have this affix called Accelerator, which can give you action skill cooldown. It doubles your cooldown for the duration of the stim, which for my stim currently that I have is 10 whole seconds. So by having this juice going constantly, I always have my minions up. And the minions are what deals the damage in the build. We just a second ago addressed how OP Bloodletter is, and the reason it's OP is because these minions stack the shit out of that Bloodletter on everybody. So I am doubling my cooldown rate because I always have stims, because I'm putting 3 points in a rep kits, dumbass. Because if I didn't have this, I'm waiting the full 25 seconds for the rep kit to come off cooldown. If I do have this, every time I net 4 kills, I have a fraction of a second before I can use that rep kit again, guaranteeing that I 100% of the time have at least 100% cooldown reduction. So, in summary, we are wrong about the build being useless in a couple of days. We are wrong, very likely wrong, about Gearbox nerfing the bleed damage, because there's no way that you know this. You're talking out of your ass. It's way too OP, in your opinion, so, wrong. And then, as soon as we saw 3 points in rep kits is bad, which is wrong, and not something like gun damage, which is so mind-bogglingly wrong that I couldn't even believe you would say something like that, not something like gun damage when it doesn't even exist to take on the tree, which is really impressive. And I had no idea how to play the game, which I've proven in what are we checking? A little bit under 8 minutes that I do. And in fact, you are the one who's here posting dumb, useless comments and have no idea what you're talking about. So go ahead and go on back to watching your slop React content that you're subscribed to publicly. It looks really cool and fun. Maybe you should stay away from people who know what they're talking about in video games. And have a good day. Bye-bye.